What's going on, guys? It's your boy Scrub here, back again with another video. Hope you guys are having a great day. I know I am. And today, ladies and gentlemen, I wanted to talk about something that I just thought was really funny, okay? Apparently in Australia, they're trying to ban cats from being outside now. That's just funny. Let's talk about it.
Nice rack and her ass Brazilian. Just turned 21, but my bank's a million.
Alright, guys, so I want to open this up by saying I've never owned a cat, you know. A lot of my family members have, a lot of my friends have, but I personally never have. It's just not for me. I'm more of a dog guy. That being said, I feel like, you know, one thing that I'm very aware of when it comes to cats is the fact that they tend to be very independent and, like, you know, not liking to be told what to do or bossed around. So when I saw this, I was just really confused on how in the world this was gonna work. Australian council to ban cats outside unless they're on a lead. In the 1970s, dogs would roam the streets, and I expect roaming cats will also become a thing of the past, the counselor behind the plan says. Yeah, apparently they don't want cats outside unless they are on a leash, dude. And like I said, I've never had a cat, but growing up my neighbors had an outdoor cat, and I'm telling you right now, if tomorrow they tried to like put a leash on it and tell it what to do, that was never gonna work. I just love the idea of some counselor that very obviously doesn't have a cat being like, I'm tired of these cats roaming the neighborhood. We should simply tell them not to. They need to be on a leash. Walking a dog on a leash is already hard enough sometimes. I can't imagine doubling down on that and now trying to walk a cat, dude. Like I said, they don't necessarily love being told what to do. Anyone who owns a cat in the comments, let me know what would happen if like you tried to put a leash on your cat and start dragging it around the neighborhood. I also know cats don't really like walk and exercise in the same way. You know, I'm not an expert, but I think they like to like lounge in the sun. At least the cats in my neighborhood would like lay up on top of the brick walls in the sun. It's not like they were always necessarily running from point to point. Walking a dog just makes way more sense to me than walking a cat. It's just not the same animal, dude. A council in Australia appears to set effectively banned cats from being outdoors unless they're on a lead. Plan changes to the law in Fremantle, Western Australia would see felines prohibited from all council-owned areas, including roads, verges, and bushlands. Okay, so you can have an outdoor cat. The outdoor cat just can't go on the road or near bushes, okay? Like, okay, I understand the idea here. I'm sure that they have some ecological damage, they kill birds, all that stuff, because they're cats. Like, that's what they do, right? But I just don't really understand how a law affects cat behavior, dude. If a cat is outside and it wants to go into some bushes, it's just gonna do that. Like, it's not gonna go, I wonder if there's anything on the books about this. And even then, people aren't always with their cat. Like I said, at least growing up in my neighborhood, if there was like an outdoor cat that a neighbor had, it was an outdoor cat. They never really knew what it was other than the fact that it was somewhere nearby. So I don't necessarily know how you expect an owner to be like, whoa, only the sidewalk is okay, Mr. Man. No roaming around and crossing the street around here, all right? I also still love the idea of forcing a cat into a leash, bro. I just can't imagine that would go down very well. Here should be the rule. If you want to propose this bill, you should like be forced to put a leash on 10 cats. And if you can get it done all 10 times safely, then you're good to go. Members of the council voted to approve proposals tabled by Councillor Aidan Lang on the basis it would protect wildlife and remove the risk of cats being hit by cars. In the 1970s, dogs would roam the street, and I expect roaming cats to become a thing of the past, he told Perth Now. Alright, like I said, they're trying to spin it as a wildlife thing here. I just got a feeling, you know, this is all conspiracy, none of this is proven, that this dude just doesn't like cats. Because I'm sure that they impact the environment, dude. But like, I don't know. I don't necessarily think banning them from being outside without a leash is the solution. I also love that two things that they could come up with. They came up with two reasons to pass this law. Number one, protect wildlife. Number two, cats won't get hit by cars. Like, these are just the most two unrelated issues of all time, and I absolutely love it that they're even trying to pass a law with it. Listen, we all know that this has happened to us from time to time. You're driving down the street, you hit a cat, your car's totaled. Happens to me all the time. They're like, dude, how often are you hitting cats? Like, how often are you hitting cats to the point where you are like, okay, we need to make a law to prevent this because this is getting out of control? How many cats have you hit 9 times, taken all 9 of their lives before you have to like put a bill on the table to make sure they stop running out in the road? I'm just saying, I feel like this guy's dash cam is just a whole lot of meow. While we have prohibited areas in our natural bushland, cats are still entering. At a minimum, our bushland areas need to be prohibited area buffers. Many of our native native verge gardens, which also act as a wild refuge, also need protection from cats. Alright, this is where, like, I don't know enough to be an expert, right? I don't necessarily know how much cats roaming around affects the wildlife and the nature and the flora and fauna, and I'm not gonna make myself look stupid and pretend I do. That being said, I am gonna just make one statement on it, okay? It's really weird to propose this now, because the cats have been there for a dramatically long time, and they've already probably changed the environment. Like, it's the year 2021, bro. I don't know when they got cats in Australia when that update went out down there. I'll have to check the patch notes on the Down Under updates. But that being said, dude, I'm pretty sure cats have been there for like at least 100 years now. So if you are just now realizing that they're having this drastic impact on native gardens, I don't mean to be that guy, but it might just be a little bit too late. Like, I don't know, 100 years a little bit too late. I bet you this guy either, hits too many cats or he owns a cat leash company. His wife started a cat leash company. It's bleeding money because nobody buys cat leashes. So he's like making a law to try to, get some sales up in the company of the cat leashes. There just has to be something going on here. This does not make sense to me as to why this needs to be a law. Urban cats kill 30 times more wildlife than adult cats out in the bush. The changes tabled and agreed by counselors this weekend said an amended cat management local law would focus on expanding cat prohibited areas beyond our natural bushland to include other refuges for wildlife such as verge gardens, median strips, and street trees. Other city managed assets like roads would also be included as prohibited areas to help protect the safety of individual cats that are at risk of being struck by vehicles. Officials will now draft a proposed amendment, which the council will then decide whether to advertise for public feedback for at least 6 weeks. Alright, so I guess they're impacting the environment, I guess that makes sense, but if bushlands are already outlawed, it's just funny to me that you're like, okay, they're already not allowed in the bush, right? But like, I'm tired of seeing them on our median strips on our freeway, okay? There's grass there, and we gotta preserve the grass. Like, that's basically what this is the equivalent of an old man screaming, "Get off my lawn" to cats, dude. No more being on the city trees. Those are city property. You silly kittens have been getting stuck in trees for too long. The fire department doesn't need to be wasting its time trying to help silly, stupid kittens that get stuck in trees. You guys are banned. What are they gonna do if a cat still gets stuck in a city tree, bro? Are they just gonna, like, burn the tree down? Just, like, forget the whole project? Like, I'm just so confused, dude. Oh, that cat's on the median. Just shoot it. Like, what are you gonna do to the cats that still, like, do cat things because they're an animal and they don't care about human laws at all? Yeah, we made a law that said bears were no longer allowed to eat trash at Yellowstone, and ever since then, they've just basically stopped trying to eat anything. It's really impressive. Animals are animals at the end of the day, and it just makes me giggle that humans continue to think that, like, making a law is gonna change their behavior, because it's not. Anyways, guys, I think that's going to do it for the video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, please be sure to press the like button. Let me know in the comment section down below what you thought. And, of course, subscribe if you're new and turn on those notifications. If you really want to help me out, check out the intro song linked down below, along with a link to my podcast, The Scuffed Cast. Or, of course, you could use code Scrubae at the G Fuel checkout. You get a discount on G Fuel. It helps me out. Everyone's a winner. And last but not least, I've got 2 things to plug. First things first, I did put some of my story times up on Spotify, so check that out. I'll put the link in the description. And of course, you can get the Karen Christmas sweater. That link's at the top of the description. Be sure to check that out so you can have the best Christmas ever. And yeah, on that note, don't get anyone pregnant. If you do, make sure they're hot. And I'll see you guys next time. I'm out. Peace.